Welcome back, everyone, to Murfreesboro as it's the semifinals. The Gordonsville Tigerettes taking on Wartburg for the second time in this tournament. You win this game, you are into the championship game tomorrow afternoon, actually, at 12:30 for the 1A state title. And for the Tigerettes, well, they're trying to get back there. They're trying to defend their 1A state title. And so far for the Tigerettes, it's been easy going. 13-1 victory in game number 1 against Halls, 10-0 in 5 innings yesterday against this same Wartburg team. But Wartburg just came off of a walk-off victory against Wayne County in the game just before this one. Ended about 45 minutes ago, so they're playing pretty well as of now. They're still riding that high. But, of course, you got to take on Kaylee Plumley in the circle.
Yeah, a dramatic victory for them back and forth throughout, but they got the win, did Wartburg, but now they know the challenge. Got run-ruled yesterday by this Gordonsville team, and Gordonsville, they have dominated the bottom half of this bracket. Doesn't feel much like a tournament yet. We'll see if that changes here in this semifinal round. It's felt like a coronation through a couple of games for the reigning champs. Wartburg, they got a tall task. Kaylee Plumley, she's pitching well, she's hitting well as to go along with it. So, tough challenge today for Wartburg. Gordonsville, they're on the doorstep. They got 2 chances. Feel really good about their chances to get back to state championship.
Yeah,
game.
if Gordonsville were to lose this first one, they would just play again in a second game as the first batter leads it off. And Edie-Ann Williams, the center fielder, a slap hitter who worked a couple of walks yesterday in their first game against these two and was able to get aboard but never got over to third base. The first one misses low and away for ball 1. Kaylee Plumley in the circle has been great. 15 strikeouts in the first game, just 11 yesterday. That one hit her in the box. That'll be a foul ball for strike 1, and it's now 1-1. But the 11 strikeouts yesterday, only in 4 innings of action, so take that with a grain of salt.
So out of 12 outs.
She did have 5 walks yesterday, and she started to lose the control as the game went on yesterday. Now, we also saw the trainer came out at one point trying to give her a Band-Aid, and I'm not exactly sure if she might have something on her hand or what that was, but the count now 1-1 to Edie-Ann Williams. Plumley brings it home and misses low. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And quite frankly, I think at this point, the walks are more a concern for the University of Tennessee than they are for Gordonsville because she's able to just lock it in, and she's got such great strikeout stuff that it's really tough for these hitters to touch it. The next level, it could be a problem. Right now, you're not overly concerned with it.
Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2 to the first batter in the lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, they are in, and again, we mentioned the uniforms yesterday. Gordonsville is wearing the uniforms that Wartburg wore yesterday. They are exactly the same. It just says Gordonsville across the chest rather than Bulldogs. Bulldogs today have black uniforms with blue over the shoulders. Here's the 2-2. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. It's a Birdie's Lounge strikeout to start off the ball game for Kaylee Plumley. And 1 out here in the top of the first.
Yeah, good start for Plumley. She doesn't miss anything too badly there. A couple of pitches low, but able to get that punch out and business as usual. Gordonsville, they want to make quick work of this one today.
It's Braylon Melton stepping in. She'll be in the circle for this Wartburg team coming up in the bottom of the inning. And pitched fairly well at times against this Gordonsville team yesterday. Of course, Maddie Hurst got the start, only lasted 3 batters, and then she came in to end the ball game as well to save Melton's arm. And that worked out for them. They were able to get the win, walk it off in their first game 5-4, and they actually were trailing 3-1, got the lead 4-3. It got tied, and then able to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th.
Hey, if Wartburg beats them twice, you tip your cap and say congratulations, but good luck.
Yeah, nobody's done that this season. As that one misses high on the rise ball, it's now 2-0 to Braylon Melton. They did not record a hit yesterday against Kaylee Plumley. Only the 5 walks were the only base runners.
So it was a no-hitter.
Yes.
In the state tournament.
In 4 innings.
No-hitter's a no-hitter.
Callie Dillard came on to close it out in the 5th. Here's the 2-0 from Plumley. That one misses high as well. And again, not coming out cleanly. It's now 3-0. And again, today is hot. It is 80 degrees. It's humid. It feels like 90.
And we're right behind home plate and not in the press box.
There's a great breeze.
You are
we get
a psychopath.
The ambiance of the fans and the players. Here's the 3-0. That's right down Broadway for strike 1.
There's a press box behind us that is 65 degrees right now.
You
and
look
Jacob
back there,
Vinson has put us behind home plate.
And you look
he's
back
a sociopath.
There, and there are 4 people. So
yeah,
there
should
not
be
room
6
for us.
Oh, there will be room.
Here's the 3-1. Swung on and a foul ball. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
No room. I guarantee you when I sit down, people move, okay?
We are set up right behind home plate,
We
so
are.
we have a great view of the game today. 3 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out in the inning.
When I smell terrible later, it's on you, buddy.
Oh,
Get ready for it.
Yeah, about 8 o'clock the last 2 nights. It's a rough stank. 3-2, called strike 3 again. Another Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Kaylee Plumlee.
Yeah, and that time she immediately just took off towards the dugout, realized that it missed. But we've talked about this sometimes. The patient approach can work for you against Plumlee. She has had the walk issue the past couple of weeks, and really even dating back to last year's state tournament, but she's able to dot it up there. Rallies back from 3-0, puts 3 straight across the plate.
Kaylee Crouch, the shortstop, steps in now for the Lady Bulldogs. First pitch into her is a swing and a miss. And the approach looks to be a little bit different early on. Yesterday, they were trying to bunt a lot. Today, they're swinging away a little bit more, and that's probably more so, hey, we have to swing away, otherwise we're not going to have a chance to score. Here comes the 0-1 from Plumlee. That one misses low and away. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Can I make a prediction? We're about to hear from our friends at Club Wyndham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably right.
Yeah, travel and leisure, great place to work. You're about to hear why.
Plumlee readies for the 1-1. And brings it home. Swing and a miss. Up in the zone, swung right underneath. 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning.
Our local travel and leisure's in Fairfield Glade. Great people to work for. You can click the ad on our website, and you're about to see why it's a great place.
Plumlee looks in, and here comes the 1-2. Birdie's Lounge strikeout number 3. Club Wyndham is coming up next, and so are the Tigerettes in the bottom of the first. You're listening to the 1A State Tournament presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back here as we get started in the bottom of the first inning with Gordonsville coming to the plate for the first time. Same lineup for them. Abby Brinkley, Kaylee Plumlee, and Kelsey Watts, 1, 2, and 3. And then it's Mackenzie Herron, Bailey Stewart, and Kaylin Roberts. 7, 8, 9, Callie Dillard, Christina Ray, and Kelsey Haley have been great in this state tournament. And not to say that the top 6 haven't been great, but there have been a lot of runs driven in from 7, 8, and 9. A big reason why they have won 13-1 and 10-0.
You think back to the game we did in Gordonsville against Clay County to cap off the district tournament, and it was 1 through 9 getting it done. That's what makes this team so dangerous in this 1A classification. They've got Kaylee Plumlee, and they can win games 1-0, but they've got the power and the offense to run rule people and to run up the score. They've done it so far. They're looking to do it again here today.
First pitch into Abby Brinkley. That one is a called strike, and it's 0-1. Braylon Melton in the circle, pitched yesterday just a little bit. Kind of got roughed up in an inning, but other than one inning, she pitched fairly well. And we saw a lot of balls hit to the fence yesterday. Nothing over the fence for Gordonsville, but they probably had 5 or 6 hit the fences. That one misses low and inside.
And the wind that we had yesterday across Rutherford County, non-existent today. It's a little breeze, but if you get a hold of something, it will get out of here today at field number 4 at Starplex.
And we've got brilliant sunshine right now. However, there are clouds off in the distance as that one misses high and away. And there are more storms expected about the 2 o'clock time period. And we'll have to wait and see if that rolls in maybe sooner or later this afternoon. Here's the 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Went low with the breaking ball that time, did Melton, and evens the count up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, and it's one of those today, unlike yesterday where a line kind of formed today, it could be that pop-up variety, but when it pops up, it could be pretty stout, so we'll have to wait and see.
Melton, the 2-2. Hit hard by Brinkley. Out to right. Right fielder has an eye on it. She does not catch it, and that goes over the fence. And that'll be a solo shot. We're back here at the portable fence. She had an arm on the fence, tried to catch it, and just missed it. It goes over, and it's a solo home run to lead off the game for Abby Brinkley and the Tigerettes.
You know, off the bat, I started waving Jacob here. I thought it was clearly gone. The right fielder gave chase. I don't think it hit her glove, though, so it got about 202 feet to get out of here. Kind of familiar to Kelsey Watt's grand slam last year. That one actually hit the glove, but this one over the right field fence, and that's the start you needed if you're Gordonsville. With Kaylee Plumley going on the other side, that could be enough.
And here at the Starplex, rather than McKnight, McKnight's got about a 10-foot fence at 200 feet. Here at Starplex, it is that portable fence, a net, and it's only about 4 feet tall. So you don't have to hit it as far as you do at McKnight. And I just mentioned how many times they hit it to the wall, and it's a 1-0 lead as Kaylee Plumley steps in for the first time. Yeah, they've pitched to her every single time.
What are you doing? This is just...
You want to know what she did yesterday?
3 for 3, I believe, right? Yeah. She's about to do it again. It's about to be 2-0.
She hit 2 of them off the fence.
It's about to be 2-0. This is dumb. Great for Gordonsville.
There's the 1-0. That one's right down Broadway. It's 1-1.
Pitching to Kaylee Plumley is like going into shark-infested waters and saying, could be fun.
And it's funny, I was talking with Kaylee's dad before the game on Tuesday saying, we really didn't start working on hitting until September of last year. And so now you're starting to see the fruits of that labor because Tennessee said, hey, we want you to hit the ball too.
Well, when you throw 70, you don't have to worry about it too much.
She's going to be a two-way player at the next level. Here comes the 2-1. That one is hammered, but a foul ball. Turned on it and hit it about 250 feet, but foul.
If you weren't going to walk her before, you may want to think about it after that one. Because if she waits half a second, that ball is hit into the red pickup truck that's sitting at the fire station.
There's a fence, another fence that is 315. That's in danger. This one popped up left side. Left fielder coming onto it. Shortstop out to get it, and she will make the catch. And Crouch makes the catch. And that'll be out number 1.
Good job by Wartburg. They get the out, and we saw that happen against South Pittsburgh, and it lulled them into a false sense of security. They pitched to her again, and she parked one. So
it's the first out she's made against Wartburg.
She's going to be the MVP of the tournament.
Kelsey Watt steps in and pops it up. Right side, foul territory. Over there, the first baseman able to make the grab. That is Starkey over there at first. And after the home run by Abby Brinkley to lead it off, it's back-to-back pop-outs and 2 outs in the inning. It'll bring Mackenzie Herron to the plate. Coach Bush not too happy about those 2 pop-outs.
No, he is not. So get up on the plate.
He is coaching hard all the way through. A big reason why they are so successful these last few years. As that one misses high from Melton. The count goes to 1-0 on Mackenzie Herron.
Yeah, we've seen teams with really gifted players not win championships. You've got to have the coaching to go along with it.
1-0 misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, he wasn't with the team last year until the state tournament where he was with the team but not coaching in the field, and they still got the job done. That one misses outside, and it's now 3-0.
And Bailey Stewart's got a really nice bat. She's waiting on deck here, so you don't want to just give up the free base to Herron if you're in the circle.
Here's the 3-0, and that is a strike across, and Bailey Stewart has had a great tournament as well. She had a big day yesterday, big day in the first game as well. She's been all over the base paths. She's been stealing bags as well, and she's a catcher, by the way, but she's got speed. 3-1 coming to Herron, and a ground ball, a foul ball right in the box. It's 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs.
Has found the umpire right on the backside.
Yep. And they're all over the place this week.
The attack of the cicadas. Thought the rain was going to drown them.
Here's the payoff. That'll miss high, and that'll be a walk issued to Mackenzie Herron with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's a good take. The rise ball coming up through the zone, and it misses upstairs. Herron takes it and extends the inning, and now Stewart can do some damage.
So Bailey Stewart steps in. Stewart against Wartburg. 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, 3 runs scored, and a run driven in. Yesterday, also drew a walk in there. Reached every time, scored 3 times. This one is hit hard out to right field. The right fielder can't make the catch. It bounces into the wall. They're sending Herron from third. The throw just now coming in, and it's another RBI triple for Bailey Stewart. You and I talked about the conventional triples in softball. Stewart has done it 2 days in a row.
She has, and that one, though, I think the right fielder is going to want to have that one back. It was easy to pretty much get to that one and kind of jogged over to it, and it landed right past her glove, and now Stewart standing at third. It's 2-0 Gordonsville. She's swinging a great bat, though, seeing it really well. That was hammered off the bat.
Kaylin Roberts will step in, the second baseman for the Tigerettes. Rise ball misses high, and it's 1-0. And again, yesterday, it started with Maddie Hurst, the freshman in the circle. She only lasted 3 batters, and 3 runs came home to score. This one hit hard left side. Third baseman knocks it down. Gonna have to make a really good throw. It is not a good throw. It's in the dirt. Here comes the run from third, and she will score as Bailey Stewart scores on the throw over to first, and reaching is Roberts after the throw went in the dirt.
That's a clinical base running experience there for Gordonsville. Hard hit grounder over there to third, and she blocked it, went down to grab it, but by the time she could get the throw over, Roberts was safe. Stewart, as soon as the throw went to first, she's taken off towards home. It forces them to make two good throws. Neither one was that great, and it's 3-0 already.
So Roberts able to get that run home and finds her way aboard with Callie Dillard coming to the plate. And it was a good start for Gordonsville in the first inning yesterday. Scored 5 runs in the first. He's coming with 2 outs. This one hit hard down the line, but a foul ball.
And this is a perfect start for the Tigerettes. 1-2-3 in the top half with Kaylee Plumley doing Kaylee Plumley things. And now you have a 3-0 lead. And that keeps the pressure off of you. There already isn't a lot knowing that you have the backstop of you have to be beaten twice. But they're trying to do what they've done all tournament. Cruise into Middle Tennessee State University tomorrow afternoon.
Callie Dillard is at the plate. The designated player also has pitched twice in this tournament. Finished the game against Halls, finished the game against Wartburg yesterday, and that one was called a strike. It's 0-2.
And we talked about Callie Dillard before. A lot of teams, she'd be their number one pitcher and be a really strong one. Kaylee Plumley, though, takes the circle here. That's a great weapon for Coach Bush.
Runner on first base with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 from Melton. That misses low. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not going to be there. It caroms into center field. Not too far for Roberts to advance. So it'll be a Domino stolen base, and she's now in scoring position. And a 1-2 count to Dillard at the plate.
And there was the runner at first, not at third. I messed up the scoreboard, but you got it now. She's at second.
And it's not me today. I was doing it myself.
Hey, the scoreboard's on.
It is on.
So I told you. And the audio is working.
Yeah, I messed it up quite a bit the first day. First day was a struggle.
You know, you wouldn't have messed it up if you're in a nice, cool press box. Less distractions.
No, I still would have.
We're going to talk about the press box for the next 5 years, just so we're clear.
1-2 to Dillard. This one hit hard right at short, and Crouch able to make the grab for the line drive out. It was hit right on the screws, but right at Crouch at shortstop, and she makes the catch. Strands a runner, but 3 runs come across. In the bottom of the first, it's a 3-0 lead for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. We head to 2 in this Class 1A state tournament game presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best kept secret, with locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here at the Starplex number 4, where the sun is baking on our backs, but it still feels great. Nice breeze coming through, getting some good vitamin D today. Feels good out here.
It does not feel good out here.
I think it feels good out here.
It is warm.
4, 5, and 6 due up for Wartburg in the top of the second. Jade Brooks, Madison Starkey, and Maddie Aislinger trying to get a base runner aboard. 3 Birdies Lounge strikeouts in the first inning for Kaylee Plumley.
You know the rotisserie cooker at Sam's Club where the chickens just kind of go up? That's
great chicken.
That's how
$5.
I'm feeling right now. Yeah, you can buy me for $5 as I'm just rotating through.
You're not rotating, though.
I'm like a chicken. I got white meat and dark meat. 50-50.
Kaylee Plumley's ready to go. We're not. And she gets a strike across to Jade Brooks, the catcher.
That's a joke because I'm 50% African American. Just so we're clear.
Thank you for the
before we get any questions. I don't save your emails. It was a funny joke. All right.
Oh boy. Here's the 0-1.
Day 3 of the spring fling.
Unfortunately, the only game. Maybe. I guess we'll see. Check swing. That one missed low, and the count goes to 1-1.
I'm pretty sure, my friend, this is going to be the only game. So our friends at the NFHS Network get us later on.
Right, yeah.
University of McKenzie, buckle your seatbelts, baby.
Going to have some fun. 1-1 count here to the batter in Jade Brooks. Plumley rocks and deals, and that one misses low. It's now 2-1. A good start for Plumley in that first. She did get behind a couple of batters. Had a 2-2 count to Williams and then a 3-2 count to Melton, but got a couple of strikeouts looking, and then was able to get ahead on Crouch and got her swinging through. It's now 2-1 to Jade Brooks. Plumlee brings it home. And that one fouled right back at us, 2-2.
We almost died.
It's a good thing there's a chain link fence in front of us. And it works.
It did work.
They've actually got the netting here at the Starplex that actually overhangs over home plate. So anything that's straight up turns into a foul ball.
Yeah, it's rare when you see something get out of here.
Yeah. And there's 5 fields here, 4 or 5 fields here. Always have to count. Turn around and count. There's 4 here.
There are 5. There's one that's just offset. But that's field number 5 back to our right. It's weird.
You're right.
Plumlee with a 3-2
there are
pitch.
5 here. Plumlee, long look in here. And another payoff. Hit hard down the left field line, and that'll be a foul ball, and we'll try it again. And we will be, if Gordonsville wins, at MTSU tomorrow, and that is a win or go home game. There is no second game whatsoever.
And it does appear like it may be shaping out that we get a rematch of the region championship game. Joe Burns is kind of cruising through the top half. They've had a little more resistance than Gordonsville has here in the bottom half of the bracket.
Another payoff coming from Plumlee. And a ground ball left side. Haley's got it. High throw, but Watts cannot hang on that time. It popped out of the glove. It wasn't as high as I made it seem, and she just couldn't quite hang on to it. And she's made a couple of really nice grabs over there at first, but that time on the air, reaching is Jade Brooks.
Yeah, she stretched up for that one there, and I think it actually may have hit the palm in the glove and then popped it up and out of the glove. So a break for Wartburg as they're trying to get 1 or 2 back here.
It puts the first base runner on of the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs as Madison Starkey steps in. And a check swing and a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to Starkey. Mentioned it, Wartburg had to win earlier today. They were supposed to play yesterday afternoon. That game was suspended until earlier this morning. And they ended up coming back to win it in the bottom of the 7th to walk it off and win 5-4 against Wayne County and end their season. As that one misses high and the count goes to 1-1. Wartburg still a very good record, just 3 losses on the year as they're now 21-4. Or 21-3.
They did not play Gordonsville schedule.
No. They did play Stone Memorial in Monterey, though. Swing and a miss.
Attack of the cicadas.
They don't do anything, do you? They
I
just land
can't
on
do
ya.
cicadas.
They're great for the ground. They're great for the plants and the trees.
Yeah, they're great to be
Birds
stomped
eat 'em.
on.
I'm all for cicadas.
You're the only one.
Great sound in the air as well. Comes the 1-2. The rise ball misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Did you just say cicadas have a great sound?
Absolutely. I love the drone of cicadas.
Are you serious right now?
Yes. That's how you know it's summer.
There's something mentally wrong with you.
I cannot tell you how much I despise winter. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout and the first down here in the inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Plumlee.
Jacob Vinson likes cicadas.
Absolutely. Warm weather.
Does your
green.
fiance know about this?
Oh, yeah.
Before she makes a
Oh, yeah.
mistake?
Oh, yeah. Well, she doesn't have a whole lot of time left, so.
Yeah, next time you hear from Jacob after tomorrow, he's going to be Mrs. Phipps.
Well, I don't.
Wait, what?
No, I don't think that's how it's going to
sorry,
work.
what?
But here's the first pitch in to Maddie Aislinger. Misses high, 1-0. Runner at first base is Jade Brooks. Noah's cracking himself up over there. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Rise ball is really working right now for Plumlee. It's been better than the fastball. She hadn't been able to pinpoint the fastball to her standard yet. She's pinpointed it pretty well, but the rise ball has been working really well.
That's what I kind of talked about yesterday on the broadcast. As the 1-1 comes in, that misses high and away, 2 balls and a strike, and talking about how she's not pinpointing her pitches. And I said, well, it's relative. It's different when Kaylee Plumlee is pinpointing her pitches compared to everybody else in the state.
Yeah, she didn't have her best stuff when she struck out 15 batters.
Yeah. That one is going to hit the bottom of the zone for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's one of the first times she's been able to bring the fastball across at the knee. She's missed it a couple of times low in the dirt. That time puts it right in the perfect spot to get that strike 2.
So a 2-2 count coming. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout in the second out of the inning.
And that's clinical there from Plumlee. She brings the fastball at the knees that we were just talking about, starts the rise ball there and brings it up through waist high, and that gets you swinging and missing underneath it. That is great pitching by Plumlee in the circle.
The designated player and didn't play yesterday against Gordonsville. Megan Hamby will step in and have a runner on first with 2 outs. Runner on first and Jade Brooks reached on the error. And a swing and a miss on the rise ball that time. They count 0-1.
And Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate's about to get her ad spot played after that one, because that was up high level and got the swing and the miss.
Again, a new batter, didn't play yesterday. Here comes the 0-1 and goes with the rise ball again. It's over her head and swings at it.
Still the same thing. There's no chance to hit that pitch. It's up literally above the helmet. So 2 straight swings and misses at it, and for Kaylee Plumlee, you have no incentive to throw anything other than if you just want to have some fun and maybe throw a fastball low.
Trying to strand Brooks over at first. 2 outs in the inning, and the 0-2. Called strike 3. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, this time looking 6 of them through 2 innings of work for Kaylee Plumlee, and they do strand the runner over at first base. It is 3-0 with the Tigerettes coming back to the plate in the bottom of 2. This is the Class 1A State Semifinals presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
8-9-1 due up for the Tigerettes here in the bottom of the second inning. They lead at 3-0. Christina Ray, Kelsey Haley, and then back to the top and Abby Brinkley. And in the first, it was Abby Brinkley cranking a solo shot over the right field fence. And then Mackenzie Herron was able to score after being brought home by Bailey Stewart, who hit a triple to the fence. She would score on Kaylin Roberts' ground ball, and that's where they have the 3-0 lead right now. As just about ready for action, the Wartburg catcher Jade Brooks had to get all the gear on before she heads out behind the plate and get ready.
I heard a baseball coach earlier this year say a couple of times when they were facing top teams, nationally ranked teams, got to be perfect today. Wartburg had to be perfect today. They were not perfect in that first inning, find themselves in a hole down 3-0. They've gotten on an error from Gordonsville, but Gordonsville can afford errors. Wartburg can't. They had a couple of balls in right field, probably should have been caught. If they are, it's 0-0. It's 3-0, and Gordonsville's looking for more now.
Yeah, you mentioned the home run. It barely crept over the wall. It had a chance to be caught, and so did the triple, and both of them found the grass for a triple and a home run. A big difference in this ball game as Christina Ray steps in. She's had a great tournament herself. We're going to say that about every batter that comes to the plate for the Tigerettes, but especially here at 7, 8, 9, they have been getting on like crazy and scoring a lot of runs as well. It's now 1-0. First pitch came in a little bit low. Melton brings it home higher this time, and it's 2-0.
And that's the thing with Gordonsville. The approach is so good. You're going to have to make good pitches, but then they've got enough power and speed in the box that when you make that good pitch, they can send it somewhere a long way. It's a lethal combination.
Ray steps back in the box, the right-handed batter against the lefty in the circle as Melton looks to the forearm and delivers in the 2-0. Misses outside with the breaking ball, and it's 3-0 now to the leadoff batter in the inning, Christina Ray.
Well, and these hitters are so good at the bottom half of the order, but then they get on, and then here comes Abby Brinkley, and then right behind her, Kaylee Plumlee, who they're apparently pitching to today. So that's how big innings start.
3-0. And that'll miss for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to open up the inning. Second walk issued by Melton, and it brings Kelsey Haley to the plate. And to your point about Plumlee, she has not been intentionally walked today. She had 5 at-bats today in this tournament, 5 at-bats against Halls, went 1 for 5, and then 3 for 3 yesterday against Wartburg. She is 0 for 1 today. Runner goes, bunt put down, and it is a perfect one. Melton turns to first. Great throw, but it's not in time. Kelsey Haley beats it out for the bunt single.
It was a tremendous bunt for Haley right down in between the third baseline and the pitching circle, and it was a good job to get to it, a good throw, but the bunt was just too good. She did beat it out.
That was perfect. And Ray was moving on contact as well, and now flips it back to the top. Abby Brinkley back up 1-for-1 with the solo shot to start the game in the first. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and Christina Ray got way off the bag at second, but nobody covering second as the bunt was shown. It was a called strike. It's 0-1.
And look how far away the second baseman is. She is literally in the hole between first and second. So for Ray, she can get way off that bag, and if they throw behind, she can take third.
The 0-1. And that'll miss a little bit high. 1-1 now to Abby Brinkley. Leadoff batter for the Tigerettes, always working counts, obviously has power as well, as the Clouds have introduced themselves here at the Starplex and made it much nicer.
Yes, it is much nicer now.
Here's the 1-1. Hit hard right side. First baseman Starkey cannot get it. It bounces off of her glove. One run scores. They're going to send the other runner as well. Here comes the throw from right field. It is not in time. Kelsey Haley slides in. Brinkley trying to advance, and she is tagged out at third base. Was at second base when the throw came home. She made a late decision to try to get to third and force a throw. It does bring home 2 runs after the error at first, and it's now 5-0.
And went right into the first baseman's glove, but instead of turning around and going and get it, she just put her hands on her head and watched the ball trickle away from her, and that allows the chaos to ensue on the base pass. Now the bases are empty for Kaylee Plumley, and you don't hate that from Abby Brinkley. A little bit of aggressiveness in a 5-0 ball game, that's fine, but it was a good throw down from the catcher to get her.
So it's empty bases now with just 1 out for Kaylee Plumley at the plate. Popped out to the shortstop her first time up. First pitch
Sayonara.
in there is high in the air. Goose is out there. He's got a chance to catch it because that ball is gone by a mile. Holy cow. First pitch ambushes, and it's 6-0.
It's sitting 5 feet in front of the 315 sign.
Correct.
In the right field fence where it's usually a baseball field. That ball was crushed by Kaylee Plumley, way up into the air and way out of here.
She hit that 300 feet, and we're not exaggerating. We can tell. It's 315 to the fence, and she just hit it all the way to the fence, the actual fence here at this field. Goose is literally out there tracking down the ball. It's 6-0 and still just 1 out in the inning as Kelsey Watts will step to the plate. And
Goose in right field.
I said he's got a chance.
He did.
He was out there taking pictures.
It went over his head.
It did. He didn't have a chance, actually, because it was hit so hard.
Well, he's got speed. If he would have booked it, he could have gotten there. He's got range out there. And did somebody say earlier, don't pitch to Kaylee Plumley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
There's no point to.
And again, you get that first down and you're thinking, we got her. Nope, that ball was nuclear struck.
You went inside that time, and you see why you do not pitch inside to Kaylee Plumley. Melton brings home the 1-0. This one hit hard by Watts. That's through the 5-6 hole. It's a hit parade here in the second.
What time's the state championship game tomorrow,
12:30.
Jacob? We'll see you tomorrow, Gordonsville. Because this thing is getting ugly in a hurry.
Mackenzie Herron steps in for her second time. She walked her first time up. Now has a runner on first base after the single by Kelsey Watts. Still just 1 out in the inning. It is 6-0.
I can't get over that home run ball. That was
the furthest
tanked.
one we've seen this season, I think.
Tanked.
I'll tell you what, Izzy Weigel, she hit one real hard yesterday. This ball is hit hard out to left at the foul line. That'll be a fair ball down for a hit. And the hit parade continues as Mackenzie Herron puts it out into left field for another single. And it's now runners on first and second for Bailey Stewart, who had the RBI triple her first time up.
And you can kind of sense the catcher just turned over towards the bench and just kind of chuckled. Wartburg knows. And we've talked about this kind of in our group chat. The Tigerettes in this half of the bracket are playing a different sport.
Yes.
And they are on a completely another level, and they are cruising again.
And to your point, Wartburg is 21-3. They've only lost 3 games this season. I don't care what schedule you're playing. That's impressive. And especially here at the 1A classification, they've challenged themselves. They beat Stone Memorial. They beat Monterey, which is a fairly good team.
It's a Gordonsville team that would compete in every class.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
One through
obviously
4.
We saw that with Green Hill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They would have a chance in the 4A state tournament to win that thing.
Here's the 1-0. That one hit left side with a ground ball. Crouch bobbles it for a second. The throw to first is not in time. Able to leg it out for the infield single is Bailey Stewart.
And again, just another example, and that one may go down as an error actually at shortstop. We'll wait and see how they score it. We can decide.
I think Stewart beat it out anyways.
It was bobbled.
Yeah, good point.
I think it's going to be an E6, regardless of how you go with it. You got to be perfect if you're Wartburg.
Yep.
And it has not been close to perfect against this Tigerettes team here in this day.
That is the second error in the inning on the infield.
And don't forget, Gordonsville ran themselves into the out that's on the
Correct. Yeah, it could be nobody out. And it could be 7-0 because it would have been a 2-run shot with Abby Brinkley coming home to score. Strike across there to Kaylin Roberts. She had the RBI single back in the first. The 0-1, left side of the infield. Crouch makes a diving stop, goes to first, and gets the out over there. That's a great play by Kaylee Crouch. A run does score as Kelsey Watts came home to score. Everybody else is safe, but that is a great second out of the inning.
It was a great second out of the inning, and as a courtesy runner is going to check in here, it was a great second out. She could have taken the short route, though, to second. Yeah. She goes over to first. Bang, bang play. That time they do get it in time after a couple that have been just behind. There's out number 2, but Gordonsville may not be done yet as they do not have a weak spot in the order, and they're about to bat it around.
It's Callie Dillard now coming to the plate. 7-0 lead right now for the Tigerettes. They will play 5 innings no matter what, so it doesn't matter what the score is. But it is 10 after 5.
They could have a meeting. Change that mind around.
Laura Thompson is on to run at second base for Bailey Stewart, the catcher, as a courtesy runner.
Such an impressive start here for Gordonsville. Just clinical. We've said it on every game in the postseason. They haven't felt pressure. They haven't looked like they felt any pressure. They're just playing softball and having a good time out there.
And they trailed 1-0 after the first inning against Halls, went 1-2-3 in a home run by Gamblin to lead it off for Halls. There's a called strike in the outside corner to even the count up at 1 apiece against Dillard. And then they put up 7 runs in the second.
It was a big celebration for Halls, and then it was over.
1-1 here with 2 outs and runners on second and third in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch will miss high and outside, and it's now 2 balls and a strike to Dillard, trying to bring Christina Ray back to the plate for the second time in this inning and trying to get the Tigerettes to bat around. They've done that at least 2 times in this tournament. Here comes the 2-1. Yeah, it'll miss low. 3 balls and a strike now to Callie Dillard. And trying to get, I think it's Joe Burns and Oliver Springs over there. I'll get an update on that to see who Gordonsville would possibly play in that championship game coming up tomorrow at 12:30. This one popped up in the infield. Crouch from her shortstop position. Not going to get there. It's going to score 2 runs. It drops in the outfield as the throw comes home. Now trying to advance up to second does Dillard. The throw got away from the catcher in Brooks. 2 runs score and makes it 9-0.
And that's a tough play there. Second or shortstop with no real chance to get to it. Center fielder has to respect the power of all these Gordonsville Tigerettes, so she's deep there near the fence. Drops into that Bermuda Triangle that we call it, and 2 more across. This is a huge spot. Put up 6 already in the inning, and Gordonsville may not be done. And now for Wartburg, you got to get out of this because coming up soon is the top of the order again.
It's a 2 RBI single for Callie Dillard. Advanced to second on the throw home. Christina Ray swings at the first pitch and fouls that one off.
And that one hit
her in the box, and she's a little bit shaken up.
Yeah, she take her time. We're no rush.
Actually, I believe it's Hollow Rock Brewston and Joe Burns over there on the other field. So the winner of that game, depending on who wins that game.
Joe Burns is in the catbird seat there. They have to be defeated twice. If not, we're going to get a rematch tomorrow. Feel pretty confident in saying that at this point that Gordonsville is going to win this game.
Those are the top 2 teams, and they met in the semifinals last year, and that was a really good game in the semifinals as well.
It's going to be interesting, the fact that neither of those 2 teams have lost, so that helps a little bit. If Joe Burns wins that game, that's a big if. You don't have that, well, you lost a game and still won the state tournament against a team that hadn't lost a game.
It's not somebody coming out of the loser's side of the bracket now.
If Joe Burns wins that first game.
Correct. It's now 0-2 to Christina Ray as that breaking ball hit the outside corner. Runner on second base with 2 outs. The 0-2, and that's right across with the changeup for strike 3. Backwards K to end the inning. The first strikeout of the game for Braylon Melton. 9-0 lead as 6 runs come across in the second, and we are through 2 here at the Starplex, the 1A state tournament presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's 8-9-1 due up here for Wartburg in the top of the third inning. Emma Redmond, Kylie Francis, and then back to the top, and Edie Ann Williams. And only one base runner so far reaching on the error was Jade Brooks. She was stranded at first base because there's been 6 Birdies Lounge strikeouts through 2 innings of play for Kaylee Plumlee.
Clinical. Absolutely clinical so far here at the Gordonsville Tigrettes. They're doing what they've done all season long. Doesn't matter if it's in the middle of March or if it's here in the semifinal round of the state tournament. They are who they are. They're an experienced bunch, and they have absolutely dominated through 2 innings in this game.
So stepping in will be Emma Redmond, the right fielder for the first time today. Not as many fans for the semifinal round. Of course, it's a very early start time, and for Wartburg, they were here at 9 in the morning. Gordonsville, they expect to be in the championship game tomorrow, where you can absolutely expect to see the stands full of Gordonsville faithful.
And how awesome is it going to be that that game's at MTSU this year? That's worth the trade-off to take it away from the double elimination to get it there. State championship game needs to be played at a major venue, and it will be tomorrow.
It's played here last year as the 1-0 comes across, and you wonder if what happened in that Gordonsville game had anything to do with it when the ball that was hit by Kelsey Watts at the wall hits a glove and goes over the 4-foot portable wall.
Certainly could. There's been a push for a while to get it to Middle Tennessee, but they had that double elimination's been the kind of pickup there that you can't play 2 games, and it's like, hey, I don't know, maybe just have a championship game.
Baseball does.
Exactly.
And baseball will be at MTSU. None of our Upper Cumberland teams will be there as both Gordonsville and Smith County lost yesterday. Close, really, really close losses in both of them. Here comes the 2-1. And the changeup got her to swing at it. Pops out of the glove. But it is 2-2 to Redmond.
And we've talked about this for Kaylee Plumlee. She doesn't have to throw that pitch very often, but she'll do it maybe one time through the lineup to just show you that she has it and then get right back to that high heat with the fastball and the rise ball.
Yeah, really goes with the rise ball and the fastball a lot. Here's the 2-2. And popped up for a foul ball. Again, if you hit it straight up here, there is the net overhanging over home plate. It's kind of one of the nuances here at the Starplex, but that's so it doesn't go into all of the other fields. Whereas at McKnight, that happens quite a bit.
Protects people who are walking through as well.
Here comes the 2-2 from Plumlee. Misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Emma Redmond. So again, getting behind to a batter. But she does have 6 Birdies Lounge strikeouts through 7 batters.
Redmond's been good in this at-bat of not swinging at junk.
Payoff. And swings at the rise ball right through for another Birdies Lounge strikeout. 7 on the day for Kaylee Plumlee.
It's such a good knockout pitch for Plumlee because she starts it literally at the knees and then it ends above your waist. And it's just every time, swing underneath it, come up empty-handed, and another punch out.
So Kylie Francis, the left fielder, the 9 batter in the lineup, will now step in against Plumlee and try to become just the second base runner of the game for Wartburg. They had 5 yesterday when Plumlee was on the mound, but that was all from walks. Shows bunt right back to Plumlee and just has to flip to first for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, bunt against that high heat, so it's tough to get it to kind of sit down. It goes out a little bit too far. Plumlee was reading it, and an easy play to first.
So it's back to the top now. The center fielder, Edie Ann Williams, will step in. She struck out looking her first time up. 9-0 lead for the Tigerettes here in the top half of the third. And again, they will play 5 no matter what. Even if the Gordonsville Tigerettes were to get to 10 in the third, and there is no 12 or 15 run rule. Bunt shown, and that'll be a strike across.
And we are live on YouTube today, by the way, so you can close out the app and listen to it if you've got that YouTube Premium, just as an aside, on Facebook and YouTube today.
That is nice.
Yes, indeed. Especially if you're driving, you can just close out and drive down the road.
Here's the 0-1. And a called strike to make it 0-2 on Edie Ann Williams. And you're not going to miss anything on the video either because it's audio only today.
Fire and Vine, our friends in Cookeville, delicious Chicago-style deep dish pizza. You're about to hear about them.
Plumlee brings home the 0-2. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And then you'll hear from our friends at Swallows Insurance.
And then the Tigerettes will try to score more runs. Because they have done that a lot so far in this game. 9-0 they lead. And the 1-2, and she was running up on it. It was inside and had to put the bat out there to save herself, and it's a foul ball.
Yeah, it was either get the barrel on it or get hit, and she got the barrel on it.
And that would not have felt good.
No.
We saw a player for Wartburg or Halls, I believe actually it was, got hit in the hands on a fastball where she swung through against Plumlee the other day, and she stayed in there. It was a tough cookie. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. That'll be another Birdie's Lounge strikeout. 8 of them on the day for Kaylee Plumlee. And we head to the bottom of 3 with the Tigerettes on top 9-0 in the 1A state semifinals. The winner moving on to the championship game. This one presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the third. Getting started 9-1-2 due up. Kelsey Haley, Abby Brinkley, and Kaylee Plumlee. And there is a change in the circle. Maddie Hurst, the freshman who started the game yesterday, lasted 3 batters, gave up 3 runs, and then she came in to finish the game, will be in the circle now in relief of Braylon Melton as 9 runs have come across for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. And they face 9-1-2. And also we had some investigative journalism out there in right field. As Goosa mentioned, he was out there taking pictures when Kaylee Plumlee hit the home run. He went and stood where the ball landed, and then he walked it off. 58 feet from that 200-foot fence, 258-foot bomb from Kaylee Plumlee.
That is the hard-hitting journalism that you will only get from UCR. Nobody's doing it like that. Goose out there and right.
Literally.
And you know that Undertaker music, like the gong? That's probably what it feels like right now to be in the circle against this Gordonsville team. Just tough.
Maddie Hurst has been thrown to the fire.
Yes.
Yesterday and today. First pitch swinging by Haley. That's down the line in a fair ball. She turns the corner at first. She's looking for 2. She's going to have to leg it out as she slides in. And that'll be a leadoff double for Kelsey Haley, the 9 batter in the lineup for the Tigerettes.
She was hauling out of the batter's box there, flying around first. She was sticking to the whole time, and she legs it out, and now Gordonsville back in business.
Back to the top, and Abby Brinkley with a runner in scoring position now, and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And again, the run rule just 10 after 5. It does not matter in the third or the fourth innings. Good changeup by Hurst, but it doesn't get to the plate. It'll be 1-0.
There is no place to actually watch this game live. We can't put the camera on because of the regulations. So if you see any links anywhere, they are spam links. Don't put your credit card information in. Don't answer any comments in the comment section from people you don't know. There is no place to actually watch it live, but we're bringing it to you as best as we can, especially with the scoreboard that shows you where the runners are.
1-1. After the changeup came across, Hurst will throw a lot of changeups. The fastball she struggled with placing yesterday. Here's the 1-1. This one hit hard by Brinkley. That's on a line, and that gets down in the gap in right center. 1 run will score. Brinkley turns the corner, trying to leg it out into 2, and she slides in safely. It's an RBI double for Abby Brinkley.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be cooked over there at second, but the throw was just enough off the bag. Brinkley with a good foot first slide to get into second. And right now, everybody for Gordonsville is hitting the stuffing out of the softball and walk her. Don't do this.
Everybody in the lineup has reached, and this is the third inning.
They're about to pitch to Kaylee Plumlee.
Well, it's already 10-0.
I know, but you just don't do it. It's just self-inflicted wounds to do this.
10-0 with nobody out. And the changeup across, that had to look like a meatball.
If she had sat back on that, she could have put it in the sports comm red slide.
Park.
Yeah, that's back there, which when I was growing up, we had a high dive, and that was it. These kids don't even know how good they have it here in Murfreesboro.
There's the 0-1, and she hits this one hard. It'll stay in the park. It is a hit. As a good throw coming in from right field now. Holds Brinkley at third. They throw behind the runner. Brinkley able to get back in there safely. And just the single for Kaylee Plumlee that time.
And Brinkley was getting the go sign from Coach Bush, but she turned around and saw that throw coming in and realized, and there's going to be a courtesy runner out here for Kaylee Plumlee.
And it is Braylon Melton. The pitcher was in the circle, now out in right field, so that was a really good throw.
It was a great throw in from right, but the onslaught is absolutely on right now for Gordonsville. And again, maybe want to meet and decide that 15 after 3. The rest we're going to be here for a while, and this
State
could
tournament.
be. I know they're not going to, but this could be a very high-scoring game. I expect at some point Coach Bush will start going to the subs, but maybe not. Maybe scored 35 runs in this game.
Camry Johnson is on a run for Kaylee Plumlee as a courtesy runner. Kelsey Watts shows bunts, and you might see a lot of that.
Yes,
that also advances the runner into scoring position. It, I believe, was a strike across.
I think it was as well. And
to Watts.
And am I wrong for saying I kind of want to see how many they could score if they just keep swinging away?
Listen, we have nothing against Wartburg Central
No,
Bulldogs, but Watts
gone.
just hammered this ball out to left. The left fielder catches it in front of the wall. Brinkley's going to try to score. She had to go back to the bag, and she will tag up. So it'll be a sac fly RBI for Kelsey Watts.
And I apologize. I thought it was gone off the bat because she hit it hard, but she went to left field that time, and it was able to be caught there. The wind is picking up just a little bit, blowing left to right across the park.
It doesn't really fly out too well here. We've only seen one home run, nothing from Gordonsville other than Kaylee Plumlee and Abby Brinkley so far, obviously today. But the first 2 days, it really wasn't traveling that well.
The wind was heavy yesterday.
Mackenzie Herron at the plate, and the changeup across for a strike to lead it off.
That changeup is pretty good. It's kind of loops in there. It's very slow. If you're not sitting on it, it's going to be really tough to trigger on it.
It's almost like an underhand toss.
It is.
That's how slow it is coming in there. But it works because the fastball is much different velocity. Here's the 0-1. And there is that fastball down the line and a foul ball, and it's 0-2 now to Mackenzie Herron. 1 out in the inning after the sac fly, and 2 runs across now to make it 11-0.
And Wartburg's coming. They're a young team. They got a freshman pitcher in the circle who's got the makeup. You can tell out there, but they have run into a buzzsaw, a gauntlet, and that is exactly what. I mean, Gordonsville is in full-on Thanos, I am inevitable mode right now, putting that gauntlet on.
This is also the first time that Wartburg has ever made the state tournament. They've got a couple of wins in the state tournament. Throw down to third, and stealing third is Camry Johnson. The changeup got Mackenzie Herron to swing through on the strikeout. So it will be the first strikeout for Maddie Hurst in the circle in the second out of the inning, but Johnson now over at third base with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. She absolutely pulled the string on that one for the second out of the inning. Changeup's working for her.
So stepping in will be Bailey Stewart. First pitch across for strike 1.
And it's dropping in late. It almost works like a breaking ball in as it dives through the zone.
It's very slow. But like you said, it works, and she's able to place it. Here's the 0-1. Fastball that time is hammered out to center, and you can kiss that ball goodbye. My goodness, Bailey Stewart waves at it as it sails over the center field fence for a 2-run shot.
That ball rivals the one that Kaylee Plumlee hit. That was dead center field. Goose is still walking back to it. That ball was tanked over the center field fence, and it is a full-on onslaught now in a 13-run game.
13-0 in the bottom of the third, and Wartburg has no answers in the circle. They have 2 pitchers. Goose just got the ball. He's thrown it back in. We'll wait and see to get the report of that one. Because that ball was every bit as close to 250 as Kaylee Plumlee's was 258.
Well, it's 345 to the center field fence here when it's a baseball field. And he was probably halfway between the portable fence at 200 and that sign. So you're talking that 250, 275 range.
Kaylin Roberts steps in. And this one is popped up in the infield. Shortstop trying to get it, and Crouch is able to track it down for the final out of the inning. But 4 more runs across to make it 13-0, and we are through 3, heading to the 4th. Wartburg coming back to the plate. This is the 1A state semifinal presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares.
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Back here at the Starplex is Kaylee Plumlee back in the circle, working on her fourth inning of work now, and she's been really good through 3 innings so far. 8 strikeouts, only 1 base runner is reached. It was on an error. And now 2, 3, and 4 due up. Braylon Melton, Kaylee Crouch, and Jade Brooks is Wartburg just trying to manufacture something against Kaylee Plumlee.
You know I love my bold predictions. I got one, Jacob. Gordonsville's going to play for a state championship tomorrow.
Yep. That's very bold of you to say.
And they're about to be done.
13-0
There's
in the
an inning and a half to go in this game.
The ball is called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Melton, who struck out looking her first time up. Goose just walked off that home run as well, by the way, because I asked him how far it was, so we'll get the answer here. He's out in center field right now. Plumlee brings home the 0-1. That'll miss a little bit.
He looks
high.
like an outfielder standing out there with a big camera lens.
Yeah, he's got the Hubble telescope out in center field. So he's probably getting great pictures of us right now.
He just said, I'll get an official measurement. So we'll see.
There's the 1-1 from Plumlee. That'll miss just a little bit low, and 2 balls and a strike now.
If you can't tell, we have a pretty good time. You're the UCR guys.
It's 13-0.
It is. We gotta enjoy ourselves a little bit.
They will be playing for a state championship again tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, and we will be there.
About 254 feet. So 4 feet less than Kaylee Plumlee's.
Not bad.
For the scientific measurement.
Brinkley's was about 202, by the way.
Yes.
For those that are wondering. Just enough to make it over the 4-foot fence at 200. That one missed high, and it's now 3-1, or 3-2, I beg your pardon. It's a Braylon Melton at the plate. Leadoff batter here in the 4th for Wartburg. Plumlee brings it home, and that'll miss low. It'll be a walk. First walk issued today by Kaylee Plumlee. Time is asked for by Coach Ryans.
Pinch hitter.
And a pinch hitter will be coming on here for Kaylee Crouch.
And right now for Gordonsville, you're just trying to work clean, go quick. You'll probably see maybe some pinch hitters in the bottom half of the inning, and maybe Callie Diller going into the circle in the 5th if they can keep it above that 10-run mark and trying to have a stress-free Friday or Thursday to get ready for Friday, which probably is going to be a little more stressful. If it's Joe Burge, we've already seen those teams go to extra innings once in the region championship game, so they've got some legit pitching, and that's going to be a battle to watch.
So stepping in now to bat will be McKenna Miller, pinch hitting for Kaylee Crouch. And this might be the time as well for Wartburg to get some of their younger players in there, some players that don't play as much. Got some new softballs coming in because they had to track all of them down because they've been being hit out. However, Goose has tracked down 2 of them.
Yes, Goose has been out there. He's really showing great range there in the outfield.
He got a tremendous picture of Bailey Stewart's home run ball, by the way.
Yeah, because it flew right into the camera. It almost landed in that lens.
So make
more
sure
than
you,
big enough. You can fit 3 softballs in that lens.
So make sure you tune in to UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the pictures and the game recap of this one afterwards. There's a strike across to Miller. 1-1 now. It's got to be tough coming in as a pinch hitter against Kaylee Plumlee.
Have fun. I mean, that's you just go out and see if you can do something and get a little celebration. Yeah, this is over.
There's a swing and a miss, 1-2.
She threw that ball 117 miles an hour, by the way.
That might be an exaggeration.
That fastball was heavy. It was in there. The naked eye, that was the hardest pitch she's thrown today.
Dad says she throws right around 70, which is very, very fast. And goes with the fastball for another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, first out of the inning. Runner over at first base. And for Wartburg, it's such a change of emotions. You go from the high of walking off the game to start the morning, winning 5-4, extending your season for at least another game. And you come into this one and you have to face the best player in the state in the circle.
And she just opened with a changeup there because she's thrown in 3 straight fastballs. So then she pulls the string and gets a swing and a miss way out in front. And it's not that looping changeup that we've seen, but it's really effective as it looks the exact same as the fastball, but is a good 10, 15 mile an hour slower.
I was going to say it's from 70 to about 58 probably. Here is the rise ball. That one's fouled off, and it's now 0-2 on Jade Brooks at the plate with 1 out and a runner over at first. And again, we will play 5, so Gordonsville will come up to the plate in the bottom of the 4th, and then Wartburg will have another chance in the top of the 5th. Lead right now 13-0.
Some dark clouds kind of looming. We know there could be some weather this afternoon at some point.
Starting to roll over a little bit. It's cooled off when those clouds have come over. And that one gets off the glove of Stewart. First base is occupied, so the strikeout anyways, it doesn't matter. But advancing up to second will be Braylon Melton. So another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, 10th one of the day for Kaylee Plumlee. And now 2 outs in the inning with Madison Starkey coming to the plate.
What I want to make sure we don't do is discredit what Kaylee Plumlee's doing by just being nonchalant about it.
Correct,
this is a state semifinal game with 2 outs in the 4th inning, and she has 10 strikeouts.
Yep.
And a home run that was crushed.
Yep, 258 feet.
She is
Statcast.
the best player in this state. Period. Full stop. I will hear no contradictions to the fact. She's the best softball player in this state.
0-1 to Starkey as she got a strike across. Delivers home again. That one misses a little bit low. And the other parts of that, too, even when they get base runners on, whoever it is against this Gordonsville team, you have such a hard time advancing because Bailey Stewart has a heck of an arm behind the plate.
And you have the strikeout stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're never in that much danger. Even the base is loaded with nobody out, she can go strikeout, strikeout, strikeout.
And she throws to shortstop here as Melton got a little bit off the bag. And a swing and a miss on a rise ball that was above the head of Stewart behind the plate. It's 1-2. And a laugh there by Starkey. Still laughing as she steps in the box.
Face. This is strike 3 coming. You know.
Yeah, there's the 1-2.
Hey.
That's a foul ball, but and to the point, I mean, it's got to be fun, too. Hey, I get to go play against a UT softball commit.
And I think we saw a pretty good celebration for Wartburg, and it wasn't an arrogant celebration after they won Wayne County. I think that they looked at that as, hey, let's get to the Final Four, and you'll take your best crack at Gordonsville.
Time in the state tournament, too.
But see if you can win a game and extend it by another game you have. They haven't been out here moping around at all. They're still out here playing, having fun.
Comes the 1-2 again from Plumlee. That one misses in the dirt. And Stewart able to knock it down. And, yeah, look, they're 2-2, or 2-1 so far here in the state tournament. And it's the first time they've ever made it to the state tournament. So Wartburg has nothing to hang their heads about.
Absolutely
they
not.
Ran into the best team in the classification.
The defending champs who are on a mission to defend.
Here comes the 2-2 from Plumlee. And a swing and a miss. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout to get out of the inning. And through 4 goes Kaylee Plumlee with 11 Birdie's Lounge strikeouts. And they're going to call it the ball game. That is it. So we actually do end before 5. Our final score, 13-0. And Gordonsville will play for another 1A state championship tomorrow afternoon at 12:30.
Great performance, and that's right. Listen, and usually it has been 10 after 5 in the state tournament, but good on everybody involved. This game's over. We don't have to prolong it. It doesn't need to be worse. That's not the point of the run rule. The point of the run rule is to prevent anybody from being embarrassed. There's no reason to tank arms any further or do anything else. And what a performance today by Gordonsville as the bats roared to life. The wind died down, and here on these 200-foot portable fences that are only about 4 feet tall or so, they turned it into a bit of a batting practice there over the past couple of innings. A dominant performance for a team that has been on a mission all season. The goal from Jump Street has been to defend their Class A state championship. They're on the doorstep now. They'll play in the final game in the class tomorrow at MTSU.
The Gordonsville Tigerettes improved to 32-5 on the year, and they will play the winner of Joe Burns and I think Hollow Rock Brewston. Haven't gotten confirmation on that. Coming up tomorrow at 12:30. The winners today, 13-0 in 4 innings of play. Kaylee Plumlee was tremendous. In 4 innings, she has another no-hitter and 11 strikeouts in the process. 1 walk, and obviously the error in there as well. The only 2 base runners to reach in those 4 innings. Offensively, for the Tigerettes, they hit 3 home runs. Abby Brinkley, Bailey Stewart, and Kaylee Plumley all hit home runs. Bailey Stewart drove in 3 runs today. She scored 2 runs. Abby Brinkley drove in 2 runs and scored 2 runs. And you can go down the list. Roberts drove in 2 runs. Callie Dillard drove in 2 runs. And so it was a great, great day for the Gordonsville Tigerettes. They're going to be playing one more game coming up tomorrow at 12:30. Nelson Trophy and Screen Princeton player of the game.
Kaylee Plumley.
Yep.
All right, and there's another no-hitter. She did what she does. She hit a huge home run again. They pitched to her. She made them pay for it, and it is Joe Burns against Hollow Rock Brewston. Hollow Rock Brewston defeated Oliver Springs 7-4. They'd have to beat Joe Burns twice.
Yep.
If not, we're going to have a rematch tomorrow of the region championship game, a game that went to 8 innings, a defensive battle throughout.
3-2.
3-2 victory for the Tigerettes in that one at Crump Paris Park. This one's going to be at MTSU tomorrow at 12:30
Yes,
first
sir.
pitch. We will be there on the call, audio coverage only. Jacob and myself, we're going to be there right here back live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. We sure hope you'll join us for it.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. Once again, Goose was out here, got all the action, and, man, he got some great shots as well. So make sure you tune in to UpperCumberlandReporter.com as he'll get interviews with Coach Bush afterwards. He'll get the pictures ready and going, and have the game recap up on the website in short manner. He'll also be doing some track and field today, as that'll do it for us today from UCR from a broadcast perspective. Once again, we will be back tomorrow as the Gordonsville Tigerettes will take on either Joe Burns or Hollow Rock Brewston for the 1A state title and try to go back-to-back at MTSU. 12:30 start time tomorrow afternoon. For Noah McKay, I'm Jacob Vincent saying so long from the Starplex.